Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the MetaSoccer Manager YouTube channel. Today we've got something a little bit different. We're going to be discussing Futera United, what it is and how you can get involved. Stick around to the end of the episode where Adam's going to give us some details of how you can win the competition for this video. Hi everyone, welcome to the latest episode of the MetaSoccer Manager YouTube channel. Today we've got something a little bit different for you. I'm joined by Adam, who is currently working with the Futera team and is working mainly with the Futera United project. So welcome to the episode, Adam.
Hello Phil, nice to be here. I'll give you a little limp-wristed wave there. I wish I wouldn't have done that.
I can cut that out maybe.
All right.
Would you be able, I mean, obviously we've spoken previously, Adam, about, Futera when it first got started. I think before the first game of the season even kicked off, I think I had you on for a previous episode on the podcast. We ran through loads of info on what the team was looking to do, how you were looking to build the team, the community, and all those sorts of things. Could you give anyone who isn't aware of Futera United a brief summary of, what you are, what you're doing, and how things are going, I guess?
Yeah, I can do. So yeah, when we spoke, I don't think we'd actually played I don't know if we'd even done the trials the last time.
I think the trials were coming up the week after we had our original call. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long time ago now.
Very, very, very early in the project, and a lot of the things that I was spoken to you about Futera United at that point would have been conceptual and not a reality. So Futera United was built by Futera. Futera are a physical trading card company. We make beautiful football cards that look very pretty and very nice. And we've done that for over 30 years. We've got some big licenses with some huge football clubs like Paris Saint-Germain, Arsenal, Liverpool, Marseille, Wolves, Borussia Mönchengladbach. I've probably missed someone out there. Barcelona, just missed out Barcelona. But yeah, no, so some huge football clubs. So that's the kind of the bread and butter of the business. And then we decided to launch our own blockchain orientated project, and we released digital football card NFTs. And what they enable you to do is every digital card that you have, it acts as a vote, it initiates a vote, so you're able to steer our football club in a certain direction. Bring you up to speed. We streamed our live trials, so the club's based in Bangkok. We invited people down for an open trials. We filmed that, we streamed it in the early days. Our community were able to watch the trials, and then our community picked the team, went on and picked the squad, the recommendations that they'd had from Coach Den, who is our overarching coach. They picked the side. Then we embarked on our league campaign in the Bangkok Premier League Division 4. We are currently top of the league at the moment. We've just made our first cup final. So I think we've streamed we've had over 30 events now, and a lot of them have been matches. So every game that Futera United play, home or away, we stream those games around the world, and our community come together on a Sunday or on a Wednesday, whenever the games are, and they watch the games together. Of course, we give them the opportunity to influence the squad on a match day. So say if the game's on a Sunday, on a Saturday, we will put out votes, and the community will vote on who they want to play where and who they want to start. We'll normally give them 2 or 3 votes to make before each game, and together we move this club forward. The community have also voted on things such as the badge, the colour of the kit, the shirt that I'm wearing now, and I know you've got that as well. So yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's been very, very kind of it's been a bit of a slow burner from a mint perspective. We were talking before, Phil, and if you look at our project from the lens of a traditional NFT project, then you may say, well, it hasn't sold out, therefore it's a failure. I think everybody who knows anything about the project would know that that's a kind of a silly way to look at it. What we've built here is a football community, and what we're building is a collection of football fans around the world that are helping to manage a real life football club with real people, and we're utilizing the blockchain to do that. That is the concept in essence. And also what we're now doing is building a bit of a profile around the club, around the players. We're starting different content initiatives. So we're showing our guys a little bit more behind the scenes stuff, and we're kind of showing the mechanics of the football club. And all of this will help us, again, propel the Futera brand forward, I think. So, yeah, that's to try and bring you up to speed as quickly as possible.
Yeah, there's a couple of bits there I wanted to touch on, really. So obviously you said maybe seen from the outside of the Web3 general populace as being a failure, but realistically, all the things which Futera United set up to do as part of the original roadmap, the streaming of the games, the trials, the NFT collectible cards, all of those things have been delivered on and more. And, you know, you're still building, you're still progressing. So I think you are right. It's the very narrow mindset of, if you haven't sold out, it isn't as popular as you were expecting it to be. You failed as a project. It's completely untrue. I mean, I've been involved in the Discord. I've been involved watching the games. I've got the kits. I've been involved quite heavily up until a point in this season where I've watched, you know, probably upwards 5 or 6 games, the whole 90 minutes on my phone with Football Match streamed directly to my phone, which has been, you know, free to watch football. And it's and you got the people talking about it live in the Discord. There's a real community feel to it. So I think it's been a success up until now. I think hopefully with a few more eyes, and as the market turns, you might get a few more people coming in to, you know, build it even further. So I think it's a perspective thing. I think people involved, like you say, are consider it to be a success. People from the outside looking in who aren't fully aware of how it's working, probably not so much.
I think if you view it, yeah, again, if you come at it from the angle of has your project sold out, then that's, you know, then it hasn't. So if that's your only metric, barometer of success, then yeah, you know, you would look at it like that. But again, as you alluded to there, I don't personally think there's another blockchain orientated project out there that's done as much in real life stuff as us. No. I really don't. And there certainly are very few NFT specific projects that have delivered on their promises like we have. I'm more than confident to say that we really have. We've gone over and above expectations, I think, for most of our community. So again, you know, if you came into this and you were like looking to make a quick buck, which is a thing within the NFT space, it's not been the project for you. But that's okay for us. We never that wasn't one of the things that we said. We never said buy our NFTs, you know, because they're going to be a great investment. We never referred to it as that. That's projected onto us from people from the outside. I know it's your podcast, Phil, but I've got to ask you, what have you made to the standard of the games that you've watched? Have you been pleasantly surprised?
I think there's been a lot of. I watched. I put a tweet out at one of the games when it was like 4-0, and Futera put out 4-0, and I said we want 10, and the team went on to score 11. I think
that game. I remember that game.
Yeah, that was an interesting one. I think the level the team is at, they've obviously attracted a very high level of player for the current division which they are in, which leads to some pretty good games, lots of high scoring games, and that is entertaining to watch, obviously. I think one of the bits you've done quite well as a project is looked at that and said, okay, we are probably above our level, playing above our current level. You brought the test into Roadmap 2.0, which I think was just okay, we are this good. How good actually are we in terms of the overall league? So I think you've started off playing Division 2 team, and then you're looking to see where that would stop, which I thought was a really interesting idea, and something that's basically said, you know, we are currently in this division. We can beat teams up here, and within a few years, we probably will be up there playing consistently and winning in those leagues, which was a good sign, I think, for the growth of the team, but also to show the caliber of the players they have at the minute. So yeah, I think the standard of the overall football is probably quite low. The standard of Futera United within that division is very high. So yeah, I think it's an interesting position for the team to be. I think you've got some good positions to take advantage of. Obviously, the test. You like to say you're in your first cup final, the Thai FA Cup coming up, the first round of that, I think. So
yeah,
biggest competition in Thailand in terms of cup competitions, which the team have obviously been added to, which is a massive bonus for your first season, I guess.
Yeah, although we got a draw in that game. By the way, that fixture is due to take place on the 5th of October. For the cup, and we've drawn a club called the Zero, who play in the Thai, they refer to it as the Thai casual leagues. and they are a lot lower than us, a lot lower ranked than us. So that's going to be an interesting one. They're actually a team that have a lot of expats that play for them, and they're not going to be eligible for the game. So they're going to have I'm told they're going to have just like a lot of young Thai lads playing for them. So we expect that we expect that we will win that game. Famous last words. I expect us to win that game quite comfortably. And we were a little bit disappointed with the draw yesterday, because we wanted it. You always want it. You know what it's like in the FA Cup, and it's the same in England. If you're a lower ranked side, you want to play the best teams possible to give you an opportunity to do so. However, what this will do will enable us now to get through to a round where there'll be even better sides that we could potentially play. So, it's one of them. But that's something to look forward to. But it's it's en route. So I think if people are still on an area. I did a post yesterday on the Discord, and we had a few people join the project yesterday. And kind of said this is a really good time to join now, because you're looking back. We can do this. It's not a new concept anymore, is it? Now with as I mentioned before, we've released 30 live events, over 30 live events, I think. And so it's, that we're going to continue to do this. We can do this. We can do it really well. So now's a really good time to join. So we've got some exciting games ahead. We've still got, all the test matches to play. We've got this cup final. We've got the Thai FA Cup. We're going strong in the league. We've got did have a huge game scheduled for this Sunday, but that's been cancelled against JB Academy, which is rather frustrating. But yeah, so there's loads going on, and we're kind of competing at the top end of the league, and I think we're pretty competitive, and I'm confident that we're going to get more success. So it is a nice time to join, I'd say.
We're going to take a quick break now to check out our primary sponsor. If you are interested in Web3, football manager, this is the game for you.
Stop that. Stop that. Yeah. I hear him chat from the noise. Move too quick, can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Man so tough, but mans keep walking. Just too sharp with the prize. White girls let it tell me I'm awesome. Yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah. I hear him chat to the noise. Can't stop for the talking. I hear him chat with the boys. Mans keep walking, yeah. Just too sharp with the prize. Let them tell me I'm awesome, yeah. Hot like fire on the pan. If you wanna touch me, please use caution.
Obviously, the first roadmap, everything that was set out to be delivered was, I think, if I'm right in saying, and if anyone's interested, there's plenty of good content on the Futera United YouTube channel, which shows you a tour of the stadium. You see the training facilities. Just before this was right at the very beginning, before anything even kicked off. Obviously now in game you can look at the games during the streams and things. So I definitely recommend going and checking that out. But now you have moved on to your roadmap 2.0 with a few more things. Obviously the test we've discussed. What other features are you most excited about for what's coming in the future?
Well, the metaverse stadium is very. That seems to get a lot of people excited, in the Web3 space. So what we've done is we've purchased some land in the sandbox metaverse, and we're building a stadium in there. I've seen where we're at with it recently, and it's really exceptional, Phil. So that's something that it's getting a lot of people excited. We're doing some really cool stuff in there. So you're going to be able to come into the Metaverse Stadium as your NFT character, and you're going to be able to watch the match in there with the community, and that's really exciting, and I'm intrigued to see how this pans out. I've just picked on some of the other stuff here on the roadmap. We've started now. This was at the request of the community. Again, we don't, like, anybody who's watching this as a community manager knows that you can't do everything that people want you to do. You certainly can't do everything people want you to do like the next day. So they suggest it on the Wednesday and you've implemented it on the Thursday. That doesn't really happen. But one thing that we did have said to us from the community is we'd love to kind of win prizes and get more involved in that side and give us more things to talk about during the week in between match days. So one of the initiatives that we did to counter that was Player of the Month and Goal of the Month. So our community have been voting on the goal of the month. If you vote, you get a prize. There's extra special prizes available for both player and goal of the month. And the videos that we put together for them are really cool as well. We've now kind of incentivized voting more. So voting ahead of games. The test is, you've already mentioned this, and the test is exciting as well, because that's pitting us against sides that are a lot better than us. If we win, we go on to play a side in the league above. If we lose, we go back down and back down a league and then try again. So I think I work on the physical card side of the business a lot, so I really like that side of things, and the us being able to create physical versions of your NFTs, and they look amazing. Wait there, I'm going to go pull one up. Andrei Kanchalskis. So Andrei Kanchalskis is one of our famous fans. I'm quite friendly with his son, who's also called Andrei Kanchalskis, from my days creating content for Everton. And so Andrei Kanchalskis Senior is a famous fan. This is his NFT that we created for him in physical, beautiful Futera card. It brings the NFT to physical form. Yeah, physical form. So as you can see, I mean, they're just amazing. So we're gonna allow our guys to purchase physical versions of their NFTs. We've already kind of released some of these as well for the early adopters. We've got the prediction league. We've got so much going on. Pitch to play, which is, we're going to give community members or footballers out there that can become community members and then pitch themselves to the community to potentially get the opportunity to go and trial for Futera and then play for Futera. So yeah, there's so much in here.
I think that's a really interesting one as well. I was reading up a bit. I'd sort of think slipped through the net the first time when Roadmap 2.0 was originally released. You buy the NFT, you get the opportunity to come into a Dragon's Den style. I want to play, or I want to be involved with Futera United, and here's why I think I'll be a benefit, which is someone who's probably maybe looking to get involved, doesn't quite know how, but wants to. Buy the NFT, you get that opportunity to come and get involved with the team and with the project, which I think is quite a nice thing and something different than not a lot of projects are doing. You obviously buy the NFT, you have a stake in that project, but you're not officially, I guess, involved within the project on a day-to-day basis, where Futera gives you the voting rights, it gives you the chance to come and do that, to put yourself forward for the team, other things like that. So I think they're really interesting additions to the utility of the project and the NFTs.
We've got the likes of Gael Bassana, who is a
club legend.
A club legend. He's very popular within the fans. I mean, he's English speaking, so you guys can communicate with him, and he's from Luton originally. And Gael started at Luton and was released. I did an interview with him actually on the YouTube channel about this, and he talks about that experience and kind of being knocked back at 16, I think it was, and then not knowing what to do with himself, Phil. And we probably both know lads, or you may have experienced that, and both know lads. I know lots of lads that experienced that at the clubs close to me. And it's hard. So this is kind of our way of saying, well, this is another opportunity for these young lads. And, of course, they have to purchase one of our digital soccer cards. That's part of the deal. The gates that could open for them, and we are building profiles around all of these players. I think playing for Futera United is a great opportunity for a lot of these lads. That some of them are really good players, and they probably will go on to play for bigger clubs than us. In Thailand and potentially further afield. But in terms of showcasing your talent, having a global audience, you guys love Gael. I was with Blue the other week, and he's a big community member, and he's got Gael Bassana's name on the back of his shirt. And I remember asking Gael about this, and he's like, "It's crazy, and I never thought this would happen in my career. Why would you? You played for lower league clubs, around the world or whatever, and now he's at a club where someone's purchased the jersey and has his name on the back of their shirt. It's incredible. It's really incredible.
It's the fact that the small community at the minute, or the smaller compared to, a massive Man United, Everton, Liverpool, them sorts of teams. But
I like how you included us in there.
I had to. I couldn't leave you out.
By the way, how are you loving Richarlison yet or not?
Yeah, I mean, he's done really well, and I've never liked him as a player. Well, obviously, when he's playing against you, he's one of them players you hate. He's a terrible, terrible player to play against. But when he's on your team and he's winding other people up, it's great. The keepy ups the other day when he got absolutely clattered, it was just things to wind people up and just make you laugh. So
I miss him. I genuinely miss him. I saw a clip the other day of your boys in training, and it's Eric Dyer, I think, talking about how much he loved him, and he's just a great lad.
He seems to have fitted in on a personal level.
He's fantastic. He's a really, really good footballer. Honestly, he's a really good footballer. Anyway,
it's disappointed me a little bit with the fact he seems to have taken over for Kulusevski. Kulusevski's been dropped back to the bench and he started. I don't know if that's just the last few games, but I'm a big fan of Kulu. So, it's a bit of a bittersweet that he's come in and doing so well as well, because he's keeping one of my favorite players out. So, yeah. But he seems to have fitted in well. He seems to be going strong. So hopefully it will long may it continue. Just going back to the physical meeting the digital, Adam. Obviously, there's the opportunity, I guess, the card you just showed there. What sort of plans is there to integrate that even more in the future? So there's obviously the actual Futera United cards, which have been sold and given away as parts of giveaways, but also the original Futera United NFTs, which obviously are still available. If anyone's interested, you can hop onto the website and mint one now. There's aliens still to get. There's vampires still to get. There's lots of high-end cards still unminted. What sort of plans, if any, do the team have to grow that digital to physical relationship?
In terms of bringing more physical card collectors over to Futera United, how I want to position the football club now is that this is the hobbies football club. So people that collect trading cards are the real kind of the guys that will religiously purchase cards and are genuine bona fide collectors. They do see themselves as part of a community. The hobby, it's referred to as the hobby. There's something a little bit kind of authoritative around that. Like, this is the hobby, not a hobby, the hobby. So I do want Futera United to become the hobbies football club, because not, as far as I'm aware, and I don't want to give them ideas, but our friends at Panini and Tops, Upper Deck, none of these guys have their own football club, as far as I'm aware. They decide to do that, and if they do, good luck to them. It's not easy, but at the moment we are the only trading card publisher in the world that has our own football club. So I want to bring more and more physical collectors into the realm of Futera United. How are we going to do that? Create something on the card side that if you are engaging with us on the card side, you're getting access to the club. So it might be that we have spoken about an exclusive club on the card side of the business that one gets access to, and that would give you more unique and rare cards. But also, as part of entering that club, you get access. You get a Futera United NFT. Mm-hmm. And then you go on a bit of a journey. So you join the club, and then you're getting emails from me with little video snippets talking you through the club, trying to get that engagement. Because I think there's a lot of potential there. Most of our card collectors are big football fans, as you would expect, because that's the sport that we do most of our cards for. Although I've got some exciting announcements on other sports soon. And so, I think there's a lot of potential there that a lot of these guys are going to be interested in Futera United and excited by what we're doing. So that's how I would really plan to kind of, on top of the other things we've spoken about, the other things we're already doing, pitch to play and the physical cards. The jerseys speak to this in a way. The fact that you can buy a physical jersey, that the lads wear and then wear that around, and we're going to be doing more fun stuff actually on the jersey front. We've got a really good idea for the third kit, where we're going to potentially kind of give a nod to the early adopters, Phil, on that one. So there's plenty of things that we're looking at doing there. On the NFTs that we've released, I don't like using that word anymore. I think it comes with so much baggage, and sorry to upset any of the kind of the Web3 hardcore types, but when I'm talking to football fans, it just freaks them out. For reasons that I probably don't need to go into. So what we might do is we might at some point soon cut the mint off and say, this, anybody who has one of these original first batch season 1 Futera United NFTs, they're the OGs. They've got their rookie symbol. That's it. Boom, it's cut off. and then we release a different iteration for a next one, and we try and maybe incorporate with some of the more physical stuff and bring people in that way. So does that answer your question, Phil?
I think it does, mate. I think that's a really interesting idea as well. The cutting off of the first off OG rookie cards, I think will probably make current holders very happy. I think I'd be quite happy to know there's less than I probably expected it to be in terms of quantity. My card's actually more rare, more valuable. The project does grow, new iterations come out, but they'll never have that status of the first early adopters who were in there involved and have them cards, which in themselves will probably hold more value and become more rare in the fact that there's so few of them and they have that unique status attached to them. And that'd be quite interesting to see how that develops in the future.
I hope so. That's not confirmed yet, but Mark and I actually spoke about that again this morning, and I know Adam's
an option.
Tricky trins it into it as well. So yeah, we're seriously considering that, and it would be a way to kind of really say a big thank you to the guys who have been with us early. The likes yourself and Red and Plants and Blue and Lawrence and anyone else, Shin and Shintish. There's so many names. I've probably missed a couple off there, and I apologise for that. But yeah, we've got to think of ways that we continue to look after the people who are with us at the start as well. That's really important to us. And I think so far we've tried to do that. I do think that comes across, doesn't it, to the community? We have tried to look after you. Yeah. I'm glad it does.
So yeah, it's one of the things, you're involved, you get to pick the side, you get a bit of the when the team wins, you've got that, well, I picked that guy to start a left back, he went on and scored a goal or got an assist or played really well. And there's that little bit of, people have always wanted, myself from a really young age, to be involved in a football team, managing it. But also the other side, we got to design the kit, we got to buy the kits, we got to, have that influence on a team, which we have sort of molded, I guess, from the beginning, which is very unique. Whether it's Web3 or whether it's whatever it is, it's a very unique idea, and it's something that's no one has really had the chance to do on this sort of scale before. Like say Futera starting Futera United, this football team, with this technology, but it is unique and it's different, and there's a level of attachment, I think, to the team and the kits and the players and the cards and everything that comes with it, which is something special and something unique.
I think so, mate. I think so. And as I said, the blockchain is great technology, and I do like it, and I'm passionate about it, and I think we're leveraging it in the right way. But that isn't the start and the end of the project. It's just there's far more to it than that. That's a means to an end. It's something we can harness to take this concept forward and bring more football fans in. But yeah, I think I think I'm really proud of that. That's one thing we have done. We're not a big community yet, and do you know what? There might be a little bit of it where we don't. Of course, we want to make sure the club's self-sufficient, and it's not a financial burden on the company, and we're very confident that in the end it won't be. But there is something about the uniqueness and how wholesome the community is at the moment, because everyone kind of knows each other, and we're all there on a match day, and yeah, I really enjoy that element of the project. So
yeah,
great.
Just before we cut off, then, Adam, who is your favourite player?
My favourite player is I like a couple of the boys, to be honest with you, but I think my favourite player is John. John is John's a cheeky chappy. He's played at right fullback at the centre half for us. I think he's probably better at right back, to be honest with you. He's very good from the spot. I don't think he's missed yet from the spot, and I really like him. And he's just got an aura about him. I don't know how good his English is, so when I go out to Thailand, I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to converse with him. But I really like him. I like a couple of the other boys as well. There's a film. The goalkeeper's looks like he basically he should be playing in for LA Galaxy or something like that. He's quite a handsome chap. He could be a film star, ironically, with his name. There's everybody likes Gael Bassan. Obviously, Gael Bassan I get to talk to because he can speak English. But yeah, there's some good characters now starting to evolve, but John is most definitely my favourite. Player. Although I like Few, because Few, what I like about Few, sorry, is he was kind of written off by the side, and then me and Tim would frequently do our Timcast, and we would be like, we need a big kind of strong centre forward. and we kind of kept overlooking him. And then Mark had actually said to Coach Den, I think, we might need to let go of you. And he's like, no, he's a really good player. Just stick with him. And then he came in and he just started scoring. And it really gave us something else. So I've got a bit of a soft spot for him as well, because I like those players that kind of come, that come from nowhere and people kind of
themselves up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So have you got a preference for any of your the lads that you like to watch?
I think Gail's probably my favourite. Film is also one of them. I did actually get his card in the free giveaway with the shirt. So he wasn't, I mean, as a keeper, not really one you pay too much attention to start with, especially with the way Futera are playing. But winning his card as the giveaway as part of the shirt purchase, he then became one of my ones to watch. So
a special mention for Jew, our captain, who is no nonsense, quite a neat and tidy footballer as well at times. And then Don, who was out for a while and has come back, is very, very talented footballer. I think there's a good chance that we're going to do really well to keep hold of him. So we've got some good players. We really have got some good players, and I'm excited to see kind of how this side develops. I still probably think we need another really good centre half. Basil's come in and done quite well. I'm sure that but we have got a lot of talent, I think, and there's a few options there, and we've got quite a big squad now, which we need for the amount of games we're going to be playing. But we'll be looking to add to that soon, I think.
One last thing before I let you go, and I've got to talk about it: the throw-in. It's been everywhere, and I can't not mention it because it was hilarious. What was going on?
Ref! Come on! What? Oi, Lino!
Not know the rules.
Yeah, it's Giza. It was in our game at the weekend, our semi-final against Primera, and he's literally, it's not long before half time, and he's crouched down and taken a throw in, which is a weird thing to do because it doesn't give you an advantage. I don't know why you do it. So preposterous that none of us knew if it was legal or illegal, because I was making the point in the Discord saying it looks illegal, but maybe it isn't because he's not actually giving himself an advantage. And technically, he releases the ball at the right time.
Yeah.
It's bizarre, but then someone actually pulled the rules up and it says explicitly you're not allowed to crouch.
Yeah.
So he's taken the throw in, and then they went on and scored from it. Like literally from that play, there was no.
I think it was 2-3 touches, and it was in the net, wasn't it? So.
Exactly, Phil. So, and I could hear the boys go, because what's funny is you hear ref, because we're like known as the English side in Bangkok now because we're run by Brits, and everybody at the top end of echelons of the club, Mark, the commentators, Tim and Luke, and Ray is half. I think he's half European, but his English is spot on. We've got a lad called Connor as well that's involved now. So there's a very kind of you can hear all the English lads. Ref, what's that? and then he goes on and scores, and then Mark's going up to the referee with his phone saying, "Look at this."
Yeah.
And the ref's smiling, and it's part.
It was so random, and you just think what's going through his head. But the problem was there was no one really positioned in between him and the player anyway, so he could have just thrown it directly to him. But he just crouches. So what's going through his head to make him think I need to sit?
It's the strangest thing, and then the way that he runs off, because I zoomed in on him a little bit, the way that he runs off as if I've got away with that. Yeah, funny. But anyway, it wouldn't have been funny if that would have cost us our first final.
Yes, definitely.
I think that was. But the lads turned it around in the second half, as they, we do. We don't lose often. It was weird going in at half time, a goal down, but we're a good side. So we look forward to the final now, Phil.
Obviously, we've done the pre-kickoff of the trials and stuff, catch up. We've done a catch up now. We'll definitely have to get you back on at the end of the season or leading up to next season, Adam, and go through exactly what's going on at Futera United.
Yeah, for sure. Or we could do that from Bangkok itself. What do you reckon?
That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Maybe we could go down to them islands that they have in Thailand and do it from the beach.
Yeah, that'd definitely be better than sitting in my bedroom with the rain pouring down outside. I'm not going to lie. Thanks very much. I'll see you next time, Adam.
Oh, mate. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for joining us for the latest episode of the MetaSoccer Manager YouTube channel. Please do remember to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.